Hi. It's about, oh gosh, I don't even know, like maybe 7 or 8 at night, and I'm experimenting with lighting and being able to film at night. This is not the ideal lighting situation, but I am looking into different lighting options. There's like so much involved with lighting, and so I'm doing a lot of research at this point before I spend any money. However, today I wanted to bring you a makeup tutorial, and this tutorial is not an original idea. I've seen like 1,000 of these on YouTube. This one in particular was inspired by Drugstore Maven because I watched her easy, no foundation, no makeup tutorial, which is kind of just a makeup look for days when you just want to get up and go and not worry about looking like you're wearing a ton of makeup. For me, there are a number of reasons that I would choose not to wear makeup on a particular day. Sometimes I'm just in a hurry, or I'm feeling really pregnant and cranky and I don't really want to put makeup on. Sometimes I just want to give my skin a break because I feel like wearing foundation every single day is really hard on my skin. And there's also the fact that my husband is not really crazy about makeup, especially full face makeup. So there are a lot of different reasons to not wear makeup, and maybe you just don't like a full face makeup look. So this is something that can help you look a little more polished and a little more put together, even on days when you don't have time or want to put on a lot of makeup. So the first and most important step is always skincare. I put moisturizer all over my face. Generally, I really like the Neutrogena oil-free sensitive skin moisturizer. But after watching the Drugstore Maven video, I'm actually trying out this CeraVe AM lotion. I'm also using their night cream. I really like both of these so far, but this has SPF 30, and I'm a believer that sunscreen is really, really important. However, this smells like a lot like sunscreen. So if you do not like the smell of sunscreen, you will probably not like this. So the next thing I do after I'm all moisturized and everything is to put on just a minimal amount of concealer. And I like to use like a light to medium coverage concealer, or a brightening concealer, because I think putting something full coverage on really defeats the purpose of not wearing makeup for a day. And I'm using my Wet n Wild concealer in light ivory. They have this in a few different shades. I'm not overwhelmed by their line of shades and their range of shades in this concealer, but I do like it. So I'm just going to jump in and kind of show you what I do here. And as you can probably see, I've got like some serious dark circlage going on. The more pregnant I get, the less I sleep, and I was up most of the night last night. I actually might look a little bit better than I did this morning because I did just take a nap, which was really refreshing. My dogs curled up with me in bed. They also found it very refreshing, but I just put a small amount of this under my eyes. I'm not going to do the crazy like highlight my whole face or anything. This is just to make me look a little more awake and a little brighter, I guess. And I also put some of that on my eyelids if I have a little extra, because sometimes they're a little tired looking too. And I just pat that in. I am learning, the more I make videos, that I need to talk while I'm doing the actual application of makeup. Because if I don't talk, I make really strange faces while I'm applying makeup that I never realized I made before. And I'm like, oh my God, what was I doing with my lips? Or, whatever. I do set that with just a tiny amount of powder. Normally, I would use um, like a pressed powder, but I just threw out all of my pressed powder because it was old and disgusting. I'm using this Naked Cosmetics loose powder. I prefer a pressed powder, but that's just me. You just want to set it a little bit so that it stays in place. The other thing you can do is if you have a lot of acne, I've been breaking out a lot since I've been pregnant. Um, You can spot conceal if you just have like a few pimples, which is kind of what I have going on right now, or if you have a lot of pimples and redness, you can go in with a BB cream and put a really light layer of BB cream over the areas where you're breaking out. Um, I don't actually have BB cream right now either because my BB creams were also really gross. I have one. I have the Wet n Wild BB cream. They stopped making this right after I bought it, which stinks because it's actually pretty good. But yeah, so I just ordered 2 more BB creams too because I threw out a lot of stuff. I did like a mini declutter and threw out a bunch of stuff. So I'm like lacking in a lot of products, as you will see, but I will mention them and I will link them below what I would use. Then after that's all done and you have kind of a blank slate to work with, and it's okay if you can see redness or pimples or whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to make you look more put together and a little fresher. After that, I do my cheeks, and there's like a spectrum of how much I do my cheeks on days when I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. Some days it's bronzer, blush, highlight, like the whole cheek, and sometimes it's just blush. So I figure while we're here making a video, I'm just gonna go all out and do everything so you can see what it looks like. I just got this Ulta matte bronzer. I've done a couple videos and I've written a couple blog posts where I'm like, I don't use bronzer because I don't like looking tan. And then I started experimenting with bronzers and I kind of like them, but I still really prefer like a light bronzer. And I love these angle brushes for putting bronzer on. I just think they're great. But I don't want to look tan. I really don't. I just want to add like a little bit of color to my cheeks so that I don't look so pale. Because I do tend to be a little bit pale. So I bronze a little bit when I want to look a little more lively. And I mean, really, that's like all the bronzer I'm going to put on. And then for blush, I'm going to take a really fluffy blush brush, like this big bad boy from BH Cosmetics. I hate these BH Cosmetic brushes because they put the number on them, but they don't put like what the type of brush is. I know that's like a standard thing. It's also my pet peeve when YouTubers read me the numbers on their brushes. Like, I don't care. Link them below and I'll buy them from you through your affiliate link or whatever. But like, I don't care that it's your MAC 786 or whatever. I don't like when you read them to me, and it's not my favorite. I'm going to go pretty natural with blush as well. I don't want something that's really dark or too pinky. So I'm going to go with this Spice blush from the Ulta Peach Pop palette that I just threw on the floor. Okay. And I'm going to take a really fluffy brush because with a fluffy brush, I find that it can be more buildable. You can start a little bit lighter and you're not going like crazy. And I'm just going to add just a small amount of color. And you can go darker if you want, but like I said, I like these fluffy brushes because you can build it and it's not like, here's my blush from the get-go. And then on top of that, I've been loving, loving, loving these little highlight brushes. These are all from BH Cosmetics. I just bought a ton of their brushes and they're really, really nice and really cheap. But lately I've been liking, for more of a natural highlight, to use this Makeup Revolution strobe highlighter. What color is this? This is Everglow Light Strobe Highlighter. They have a couple different strobe highlighters now. I thought I saw new ones on Ulta that just came out, but I could be totally wrong about that. And I don't put this like all over my face if I'm doing a no makeup look. I just do the tops of the cheekbones, and I like to do the little C curve around my eye so that there's just like a small highlight. Something really natural that just the light catches. I prefer not to go like too glittery. Too glittery. This is a nice highlighter if you don't want something that looks like you're wearing shimmer all over your face. As far as brows, I know some people will pencil their brows even when they're not wearing makeup. Occasionally, I'll go in with this Essence Make Me Brow Gel, which is like $3, and this stuff is amazing. It's basically a dupe for the Benefit Cosmetics. Is it Gimme Brow? Is that what they call it? Whatever their brow gel is, this is like the same thing, but like a bajillion times cheaper. But when I really, really am in a hurry or I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to wear makeup, I don't want to do anything to my brows except brush them. So I take my little lash and brow brush and I just give them a quick brush so they don't look all crazy like I've been sleeping on them. Being craziness. Then I do my eyes, and with eyes, I just apply mascara. And normally I would use either my NYX Skinny Mascara, which I feel like gives you like a really like natural look, or if I want to go a little bit fuller, I would use my Monsieur Big from Lancome. I just threw them both out because they were like 6 months old and getting really questionable, and I don't need an eye infection. So I tossed them. I ordered more of the Monsieur Big from Ulta, and I also have a couple other mascaras coming, but literally the only mascara I have right now is this Lash Domination from Bare Minerals, which is a really good mascara. Don't get me wrong, but it separates my lashes in a way that almost makes them look doll-like, and it's not very natural looking. So for a look like this, I normally wouldn't use this, but just to demonstrate that I put on mascara when I do this, I am going to put a little bit, oh god, I just like almost stabbed myself in the eye. I do this every time I make a video. I put on mascara all the time and I never stab myself till I'm on camera. But because this is not super natural looking, I'm just going to put it on my upper lashes and not on the lower lashes, if that makes sense. And it's kind of clumpy, like, to be honest. This is not a bad mascara. It does stay. Just like a little, it's not my favorite mascara. It does make them super like curly and like, ooh, like I feel like Betty Boop or something. I'm gonna just get in there and get some of those clumps out with this brush because I'm just like, holy crap. And I just got it on my eye. I'm making like a huge mess. Then finally, I do my lips, and a lot of times I'll just use something like this Dr. Lip Miracle Balm or like a really thick, goopy lip balm that's going to be hydrating for a few hours to really, really moisturize my lips. If I'm going to wear lipstick on a no makeup day or if I'm doing like a no makeup kind of look, I like these Neutrogena color sticks in any of the nude colors that they have. They have like a classic nude. This one is I think nude almond or almond nude. They're really, really moisturizing and they give you a little bit of color, but they don't make it look like you're wearing lipstick. The other thing is they smell like fruit. They don't really taste like fruit, but they smell like fruit, and I think they smell really good. And they're not really expensive. I think they're like $7 or $8. So, but it is just like a really natural color, and I like that it's moisturizing for long periods of time. So that's the finished look, and it takes about 5 minutes if you're on the go or you want to give your face a break. So thank you for watching. If you would like to see more makeup tutorials, please hit the subscribe button, and I will have more for you soon. Thanks.